Hey peoples, we're on episode 33 and shit's about to get serious. Why, you may ask? Well, the time has come. The time has come to begin our preparations, our real preparations, into making nuclear power a possibility for us. Yes, no longer shall we be confined to mere big reactors. We shall enter the world of reactor craft once things decide to render. Now, how are we going to do this? Well, we're going to need a little bit of help from our friend Applied Energistics to make this all nice and happy and automated and all that nonsense. So, we're going to have to learn some Applied Energistics auto-crafting, which has changed quite a bit since our last foray into into auto crafting with AE. AE2 is a hell of a lot different from AE1, as you might have already noticed. You know what's funny? I don't actually remember how to do this, so I'll be back in just a second once I look up all the components I'm going to need for this, and I'll get back to you guys. Alright, and I return. So we're going to need a couple of things. Most notably, let's see, we're going to need crafting units, definitely. Crafting units are used to craft the monitor, the co-processing units, crafting storage, and all that good nonsense. And we're also going to need molecular assemblers, which, may be familiar to those of you who are familiar with AE1, but things have changed a bit. In some areas it's more resource heavy, in some areas it's a bit less. It's gotten a bit wonky, but that's not much of an issue. So, what can we do with the crafting unit? Well, let's see here. Crafting coprocessor, storage, crafting, blah blah blah, crafting storage. Yeah, but I thought there was a specific crafting CPU that you had to make. Well, actually, I don't need to bother with Applied Energistics, do I? No, I don't. No, I don't, actually. So, yeah, ignore that. I'm not going to be bothering with AE2, mostly because it's, well, complicated, and other ways are more interesting. At least for me. In fact, I think we're going to be doing it the rotary craft way. So, I think we've got a spare pattern in here, which is all we're going to need. We're going to need that. We're going to need uranium, fuel pellets. Yeah, we'll just make a big-ass barrel for the depleted uranium. Well, Okay, so that does provide a bit of compression, so I may work with that. So, we're gonna need to wait and get some enriched uranium. But with this thing, it shouldn't take too terribly long. I've shut off the laser drill for now, because, oh hey, pitch blend, I forgot it had that. I might as well process some of this crap. I shut it off mostly because I don't really need much of what it's given me. Like all the topaz and the peridot and the rutile and the tungsten, it's all well and good, but it's just not particularly useful to me. So we're gonna wait for this thing to give us what we need. And while we do that, we're going to... Can I shove this into here? Yes, I can! Excellent. The pitch blend has to go into here. That's right, things are still working through the grinder, aren't they? Good! Good grinder! Work! So, crafting patterns requires base panels and hissel steel. Easy enough. Base... steel... That's odd. Maybe it only wants to work in the work table? Ah. So, for the compression of our depleted uranium, we're going to set it to that. Crash 2 depleted uranium, well, pellets, I guess. And we'll be storing those inside of a barrel. Once we get everything all set up and all that good junk. Like I said, we're gonna need some actual, because I don't think I have any, I don't have any enriched uranium dust. And I don't think any works with these here. Nope. Disappointing. But, not a huge issue. Maybe it's got some. It does seem to make a reasonable amount of it, and we don't need all that much to make what we need. We need at least one of the dust. So I'm going to wait for it to make that. In the meantime, I think I'm probably going to fire these engines up. And how much indium have I got? Because that's the most... Okay, yeah. I can make... Let's just grab 3 stacks of indium. 1, 2, 3 of cadmium. And 1, 2, 3 of silver. And we're going to kind of put these in our indium. No, that's more indium. That's cadmium. And silver. We're going to fire up our engines. And let the blast furnace, cook it all out. So, while we wait for that, I shall cut here. So I don't end up worrying you guys with me just kind of, dicking around for a little while. Back in a minute. Actually, there is something I do want to show you guys that you may have kind of seen off camera a little bit. I set this up just because, well, I had a lot, I accidentally made a ton of canisters from pressure pipes and didn't really know what to do with them. So I found a desert a while back. It's kind of far off. It's I think 2 kilometers away, maybe a bit more. And found that the desert had an oil field. So I just kind of... I wonder why it did that. So I've just been kind of, I just kind of pumped out almost all of an oil well into the bunch of canisters I made using the pressure pipe's hand pump. And, yeah, that was... that was certainly time consuming, but well worth it considering I'm likely building up a bunch of oil essence. Yeah, that's definitely a good thing. Definitely a good thing. Oil essence is, one of those bingo! One of those big things we need. Just like enriched uranium dust. There we go. Now we can make fresh uranium fuel pellets. That's good eating right there. Now then, as you guys no doubt already know, let's put all this crap in here. Rotary craft has its own auto crafter, but do I have any spare rotary craft circuits? I do not, so I'm gonna get the circuit board for that. 4 Hissler, 3 base panels. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And do I have any crafting bench? I do have a spare crafting bench. Excellent! That saves me a lot of time. That's an uncrafting table, you moron. That's our exploit machine. Yeah, as you can see, I've been exploiting the hell out of that. I probably shouldn't, but you know what? I don't particularly care. I think I already know what I need to make a DC engine. Just that. I think it's 4 histol, yes? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll need a shaft. And 2 redstone. And a lever to turn it on. Actually, instead of a lever, you know what? We've got tons of redstone. Let's just kind of power the redstone block. I don't think we'll be wanting to turn it off anytime soon. So let's just boing. Got ourselves a DC electric engine. Alright. We'll get a logistical transporter. Get a bunch of pipes, because why the hell not? I made a bunch of them, so I figured I might as well use them. We'll get... let's make a special chest. Let's make a big chest. Because we're going to want ourselves to have a nice big chest. Haha. To kind of act as a bit of a buffer. And, you know what, let's go all the way. Let's make it all the way to obsidian. Obsidian chests have the same storage as diamond chests, but they're incredibly blast resistant. I think they're as blast resistant as obsidian, which is exactly the kind of thing we want. So, where are we going to set this up at? Well, I'm thinking right about here, maybe. Like I said, it doesn't really matter terribly much. We'll just put our obsidian chest here. We'll put our... Actually, you know what? I wonder if I can do that. Let's go down here. Aw. That sucks. I thought I could place it on that wall. And well, let's see if I can. Nope. It won't go vertically. Damn. Oh well. I'll put that there. And I guess I'll just have to sigh and place our little engine here. Disappointing. No, not terribly so. I can still hide the activation thingy at least. So there we go. Now that we've got that, actually let's switch those two so I can have an even amount of stone, because I'm very OCD with that. So now that we've got that set up, let's see if it works. Let's give it one of this and this. Put that in there, that in there. And bam! It's made depleted uranium. Excellent. So, now that we've got all that, we're going to want to get a logistical transporter. We're going to attach it to the isotope centrifuge here. We're going to make sure it doesn't have any filters or anything. Don't need the round robin on. Don't really need to key it to anything, considering I can only ever make 2 things. And we'll just kind of lead the pipe over here. Boing, boing, boing. And there we go. And since it's that's funny. Since it's auto-ejecting and causing very weird rendering things. That's odd. Not sure exactly what that is. And now that we've got that, we're going to need another logistical transporter. We're going to need a barrel for the depleted uranium pellets. Where are we? Got a barrel. And we're going to get all of our, well, not all of them, just a stack of them to key it. So we can, you know, key it to the depleted uranium, and we'll be putting that in there. And a good note, even though you may have this automated, you can click the right side here, and see, you can still get all the experience. So, that's definitely a handy thing to have. or to know, rather. So, step number 2. We are going to place a barrel, say, here, with our depleted uranium pellets. We're going to lock that so only depleted uranium pellets can ever go in there. And we're going to make 2 things. Or rather, we're going to grab another logistical transporter, and we're going to make, I think I have these. Yes, I do have ender storage installed. Excellent. So, I'm going to make a pair of ender chests to kind of link them together, because I kind of want to make this, faster than just having a giant train of, logistical transporters. Just kind of, keep things normal. So, we're going to get business end of our ender chest. Once I stop doing that like an idiot, we're going to put one there. And we're going to hook these up. We're going to key this to dark blue. And we're going to key this one to dark green. So that way, when we go here and here, we'll grab that, put down our logistical transporter, we'll delete that, we'll get, round robin works, whatever. Actually, no. New filter, item stack, no, I don't have any. Let's get some depleted uranium, item stack. As we know before, depleted uranium goes to dark green. I don't have any enriched uranium, so we're just going to kind of double right click that. Go over here. And if I can remember how to spell it, alright. Yeah, we're going to get uranium fuel pellets. We're going to get the dust. And we're going to go downstairs here. Go to our second logistical transporter. Item stack. Fresh uranium fuel pellets. Key it to dark blue. Save. And then we're going to put this in here and this in here. And that makes depleted uranium. Item stack, it's your depleted uranium, dark green, save, and then we put down our logistical transporter pipes, and it's set to auto extract, and that should be working just fine. Of course, we won't be able to tell until we get to actually crafting the damn things. Thankfully, so, yeah, it's making depleted uranium fairly easily. So, we've got that first bit set up. So, what's our next little miracle we're going to pull off? Well, there's a reason we've been making so many cadmium, indium, and silver ingots. And also the alloy. We're going to need to load this up with another stack of cadmium, I believe. Yes, cadmium. The cadmium, yes. So we're going to put the cadmium in there. It should filter through like normal peoples. I'm going to eat a piece of toast. That's one thing that bugs me when I watch YouTubers is they let their hunger bar just get really, 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 really low before they eat, and I'm just like, I fucking ate! It bugs the shit out of me. I don't know why. But, I digress. Where are we going, or how are we going to design this? Well, let me take you to my Firefox. And this is what I have planned. This style reactor right here. And the things in the center here are the fuel cores. The blocks outside, and on the inside here are steam boilers. On the outside here, we have neutron irradiation chambers, which we'll be using to turn deuterium into tritium. And on the final layer, we have what I believe are neutron reflectors, which reflect them back into the reactor to create more heat and therefore more steam, and thus more power, which is good. It makes things more energy and fuel efficient. So, how much are we going to need? Well, let's see, that's 2, 4, 5, that's 10, that's 13, 16, 1, 2, 3, that's 19. So we're going to need 21 fuel cores and a bunch of boilers and other shit. So, that's not what I need to look up. Let me get a few things first, and I'll be right back. Right there. I return. Mostly I just need a lot of water because, well, talking kind of takes it out of me a little bit. Let's see, I think we needed 21 fuel cores, yes? Which means you're going to need 42 fuel canisters. So, we're going to get, let me get my phone here. Calculator. 42 times 4. It's 168. Which works out to 168. So that's 2 stacks and 40 worth of the cadmium, indium, silver alloy ingots and 42 chests. So 1, 2, 3, and bam, and that's 29 chests. That's 44. And blammo. And we're going to go over to our crafting table here, just so we can make them a little bit faster. As you can see, these things are kind of expensive. Now then, just to be absolutely safe, we want to be absolutely safe with this, because Reika's nuclear power does not screw around. If you end up getting bombarded with neutrons, you can pretty much kiss your ass goodbye. So, we're going to put on our hazmat suit. So we've got our 42 fuel canisters. Now then, we're going to need, let's see, that's 5, 10, 16, let's see, it's 19, 21, so we're going to need 21 hoppers. Now we're going to need 20 hoppers. So how many chests have we got? 16. So we're going to make another set of 4 chests using logs. I'm not sure what exactly adds that recipe, but I like it. I really do like it. So we got our 21 hoppers. And let's see here, 21, so we're going to need 42 base panels, which we're going to need more. Let's just go ahead and make a stack of them there, so we can have some left over. Now then, let's just get 4 stacks of steel, whatever. That part doesn't particularly matter. There we go. And we've got our 21 fuel cores. Pardon me. Now these fuel cores will be it's kind of the meat of the reactor. These are what stores the actual uranium fuel pellets. They are what generates the heat from said fuel pellets. And we use that heat to make steam, use that steam to turn turbines, and so on and so forth. So, actually, you know what? We've got enough bedrock dust, and like those turbines are like the biggest consumers of all for lubricant. So we're just going to kind of cut the line here. And we'll just kind of let it run and do its thing for a little while. So, and the reason why I did that is because the turbines for reactor craft require lubricant. So we want to have as much of that available to us as humanly possible. So we've got our 21 fuel cores. How many boilers are we going to need? Well, let's, again, count them out. That's 3, that's 6, that's 7, so that's 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 10, that's 24. 25, 26, 27, 28 boilers. In fact, let me get my, there we go, we got a notepad here. There we go. 28 boilers. There we go. Just so I know how much I need. So it's always handy to have a little notepad handy. So, steam boilers, we're going to need 28 reservoirs. 28 times 7 in terms of base panels to make those reservoirs works out to 8 times 7 equals 196. So, I think that works out to, okay, so 196 minus 192. So that's 3 stacks and 4 of base panels. Damn! Damn, that's expensive. And this is why we made so much steel. 1, 2, 3, and then base panel here. There we go. And that should be all she wrote for the base panels we need for the reservoirs. Yes. It's 28 reservoirs. God, that's just ridiculous. Whew. Okay, 28 times 4 base panels. $112 minus 61. So that's 1 stack and 48 of base panels for the actual steam boilers themselves. Okay, so let's just get that. 2, 3, 4 stacks of steel. We'll just use these as our limiter, the reservoirs themselves. And that should get us... we need more base panels. Shit! Now you see what I mean when I say reactor craft is ridiculously expensive. It, in terms of resources, it does not screw around. It really doesn't. And there we go. That's a bunch of... that's more steam boilers. And that's all she wrote for those. So, those are expensive. So what else are we going to need? We're going to need neutron or radiation chambers. We're going to need 7 on a side. So let's see, at 7, 14, 28. Nix. Wait. Yeah, 28. 28. Neutron or radiation chamber. So make sure I counted the number of boilers right, because I don't want to be off. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 there. That's 14 plus 10. It's 24. Okay, yeah, 28. So I was right. I was right. It's 28 steam boilers, 28 neutron or radiation chambers, and 28 neutron reflectors. 8. Neutron reflectors. Now, neutron reflectors are not 100% effective. They miss a couple of neutrons every once in a while. So, 28 times 3 in terms of liquid pipes. Well, shit. That's, again, somewhat ridiculous. Times 3. So that's a stack and 10 of the liquid pipes. How many have I got? If I remember how to... oh, good. So let's just grab... There we go. Check the recipe for that. Put that there. And just make a bunch of them because I know we're going to eventually use a lot of it. So we're going to put all this back in here. And we need a stack and 10, yes? Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. No. It was 84, wasn't it? Not 74. Excuse me, I have short-term memory problems. So yeah, I need 10 more of those pipes. It's been a long week. It really has. So, we're going to use those as our limiter. We're going to need a bunch of glass. Just get 2 stacks of glass, whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stacks of steel. Who cares? And those are our neutron or radiation chambers. 28 of them. 28 neutron or radiation chambers. Now, I'm not sure. I don't think those will, cause any problems. If at worst they may just absorb neutrons. Which, it's inefficient, but... Oh shit, we're gonna need 28 steel blocks. This is gonna hurt a lot. 2, 3, and 28 steel blocks. Whew, shit. Now, what we need for graphite, we need to smelt down rotary craft coal dust, specifically. Or coal powder in a redstone furnace. Oh, really? Well, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Why not? We've got an ass ton of coal. But processing it that way is a little bit inefficient. I am gonna try and see... Oh, wait a minute. Do I have any spare coal powder? What happens when I put this through this? Nothing? Nothing at all? Okay, then. Let me make a redstone furnace-y thingy, and I'll be back. Alrighty then, and done. So, let's put this here. It's a resonant furnace. And we're going to configure... yeah. So let's just kind of do that. We're going to put our augments in here to make it nice and quick. Now then, I think I can smash these in a crusher. Let's turn this to output, turn that to gray. Crushy? Can you crushy? Yes, you can. Lovely. So we're gonna just kind of fill you full of coal. Because you've been bad. No, wait. Because you've been good. Okay, so now that we've got that settled, we're gonna make even more hoppers. Oh, actually, just one. Actually, we're gonna make a stack of chests, because I'm gonna need a lot of chests. Hopper Hawk? Oh yeah, that's right, that's a Britannia thing. Which I may or may not be getting into eventually. It certainly seems interesting. Okay, so we got that. Skystone block chest, who really cares? So we're gonna bonk, bonk, bonk. Put our hopper here. We're gonna put that there. Ah, shit. Oh well. And use extra circuit plates and ignore that Firefox thingy because it's stupid. I'm gonna put our output chest here. I said put our output chest here. Oh yeah, I can open it when there's a block over it. That's nice. That's a handy feature to have. What are you, done already? Damn, you're quick. Good. I like quick. Quick is best. Quick is best procedure. Let's just kind of nick what he's made already. Let's see how fast this thing actually is. Oh, is that Mac? Holy shit, it's making actual reactor craft graphite. Holy shit, I fail at English. Well, you already knew that. So that's a lot of graphite. That's a lot of graphite. Holy freaking shit, that's a lot of graphite. So, go back to our neutron reflector thingy. We need for absorbers. Oh, depleted uranium, of course, or depleted triso fuel. And triso fuel pellets are used in the high temperature gas reactor. Technically, I think that's kind of what we're supposed to be starting with, but honestly, I don't really see a point in it. Because, I mean, it's great and all, but, you know, it's the beginning of reactor craft. And besides, we can obviously kind of do our own little thing with how we decide to start. And I like that. I like deciding how I start. So we've got 28 steel blocks. What's 28 times 8? Oh, mighty phone. When you decide to effing work. There we go. And input my thingy properly. 28 times 8 equals 224. Which is 3.5 stacks. So, I won't have to wait that long for it. Hell, it's already almost done. I think I just gained a much greater respect for thermal expansion. I really think I have. And there we go. That's all the graphite we need to make our neutron irradiation. Not neutron irradiation chambers, or neutron reflectors. And bingo. We have everything we need to lay out our our reactor. So, now this is going to go before everything else. And there's a reason for that. We're not actually going to be running it this episode. That's going to be a little while. We've got a lot of things we need to kind of, make sure of first. Number 1, adequate water supply. Number 2, actually getting it to work. So that's that. Let's look at the design again. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 5 by 5, kind of a honeycomb looking thingy. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Click. 3, 4, and 5. This is a hell of an occasion. I just want to say that. I did not honestly think I'd be getting this far this quickly. I realize I'm already kind of on the 33rd episode of this thing, and it has been a while, but I don't know, for me it feels quick. And I'm not sure if you can stack, I think you can stack fuel cores vertically. Because I know you can with the high temperature gas reactor. There we go. That gets us that. And then on all horizontal side, non-diagonal horizontal sides, we're going to put our neutron irradiation chambers. Again, I don't think not having deuterium in there to begin with will hurt anything. If anything, it'll just absorb some of the neutrons, which isn't going to be a huge deal for us. So, there we go. Now, and there we go. This, and I cannot fly. Forgot that I have my hazmat suit on. And that is how she looks. Beautiful. People say GregTech reactors are beautiful things. They have no idea what they're talking about. They really don't. These are beautiful. I really do have to commend Rake on the job he did making all this stuff look so cool. Because he really just did an amazing job. So how are you doing over here, little thingy? Got enough Hydrofluoric acid, got uranium hexafluoride in you. How much? Okay, you got fluoride in you. How are you guys doing? Let's pop upstairs a bit and see how our little... I had to change a few things up for the experience shower because it wasn't transporting any fluid to the top thing here. So I just put some mechanism pipes there and all was well. So, how's this thing doing? 3.8 billion, or 38 billion RF, I'm sorry. So, upstairs farming thingy. How are you doing here? Excellently. Wonderful. Everything running smoothly? Good. Very good. It's definitely what we want. And in fact, let's kind of fly. Can you fly, Johnny? For the younger audience members there, that was a RoboCop reference. The original RoboCop. Let's get the seeds out of here and give it a few to just kind of work with. We're going to go downstairs, and our last act of the day is to play with that exploit some more because it's funny. So we're going to go down here. And, oh look, all this uranium and all that other good shit. And the essence too. We'll probably be playing more with that essence. I can see it. I can see it in my head and it looks cool. It's just, well, honestly, everything here just, it kind of looks great in my head. And the reactor there, well, that at least did not disappoint. It really didn't. It looks amazing. I still can't believe I'm that far. It's just, holy shit. Oh, squids must be spawning in here. Ow, quit it. I'm not your enemy. Or am I? No, I'm not. And see, look. We're building up lots of lubricant. Ain't that some shit? It's funny how much you can get when you aren't using a lot of it on other shit. So yes, I think that's going to be all she wrote for this episode. I may or may not do another one today. I've got some rather important things to do for school that I've been kind of neglecting like an idiot. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to actually put in some work in something other than this, which honestly for me kinda sucks, cause I really like doing this. Even though I realize there's like no one watching, but you know what, I still like it. It's still fun for me. It's just, it's one of those things. I take pride in my work. I realize I may not be the most interesting, you know, YouTuber or Let's Player or what have you, but I have my own way, and it works for me. It works for what I do. Besides which, if I introduce my, oh, damn it. If I introduce my audience to even one thing they find interesting, then it is well worth it. Because, you know, that's kind of the whole thing about modded Minecraft. It's all about those interesting little things you can do. It's not necessarily about, you know, getting there first or, you know, doing insane off balls to the wall shit, but it's about just doing interesting things. And occasionally exploiting the hell out of something because you think it's funny. So, yeah, that's about it for now. Jury's out on when episode 34 will come, but hopefully I'll be able to do it today. I should be able to write fairly quickly. I usually do. So, with all that said, I shall catch you guys later. Join me next time when we begin more fully automating the things we have created, the wonderful things. So for now, this is me signing off, once again, because I've been saying that like 16 times already. But yeah, I am now signing off. I shall see you guys later. Have fun!